Hello future makers, welcome to Teacherpreneur. In life we are always told कि अभी पढ़ाई कर लो, एक बार पढ़ाई खत्म हो गई फिर life set है. But in reality we know that completion of a degree calls for a job and job calls for an interview. An interview is basically a conversation between two people. One, the interviewer, and second, the person who's seeking for the job. The purpose behind the interview is to check whether the candidate is suitable for the job. Whenever there's a vacancy for a job, a lot of candidates come for the vacancy, but only one of them gets selected. You know why? Because they have something extraordinary in them. During an interview, you have only two options. Either be the competition or be in the competition. If you have to be the competition, you have to have that X factor. And for that, you have to watch this video till the end for the bonus tips. If you follow each of the tips given in today's video, I'm sure you're gonna kill the interview. So without wasting the time, let's get started. We have divided all the teacher interview tips into three sections: before the interview, during an interview, and after the interview. So let's start with the before the interview tips. The first tip that I would like to give you is to prepare the CV and the cover letter. The second tip that I would like to give you is to prepare some common questions and the unique answers for them. For these two, our new videos are coming very soon. Don't forget to subscribe to Teacherpreneur for those videos. The next tip is to decide what to carry. You might carry your documents, a bottle of water, a notebook and a pen in case you have to note down something important, and an extra copy of your CV. Also decide what to wear. Wear something that is comfortable, not revealing, and ironed properly. If you are a girl, you might opt for a kurti and leggings or a dress. And if you are a boy, you might opt for a shirt and a pant with a proper belt. The next tip is to be optimistic about the interview and do not think that you won't be able to make it. Have faith in yourself and believe in your abilities. Also, keep a background check of the institution in which you are going for the interview. You should have some knowledge about the institution. It might help you for the interview. Do not overthink about the interview. Keep calm and try and prepare more and more instead of worrying more. Prepare examples from your teaching that need to be reflected in the interview. If you give examples, you might have an edge over others. Google the current happenings in the field of education, because if you mention them in the interview, it will leave a good impression. Know a few quotes about teaching and say them during the interview. If you want reference, you could follow us on Instagram at Teacherpreneur12678. Have proper breakfast and keep yourself hydrated, because if you've eaten well, you're prepped well. The last tip that you have to take care before an interview is to leave before time so that you reach before time. Now let's get started with the tips that you need to follow during an interview. First of all, since you've left before time, you'll reach before time. You have some time to make yourself comfortable. Smile and be confident. Do not forget to put your phone on silent mode before you start the interview. Next, keep your CV open in front of you in case you might need it. Also, make sure that the answers that you give during the interview match the information that you've written on your CV. Listen to the questions properly and take time before you answer. If you do not know the answer of any question, don't be afraid to admit. If you've not heard the question properly, you could ask them to repeat the question. The next important tip is that whenever you're asked a question, don't just give your answers in one word or one sentence. Make them descriptive so that they could know more about you. A very important tip is that do not badmouth the institution for which you worked previously. It might leave a negative impact on the interviewers. Be very positive in your answers during the interview. It will help creating a good image of yours. At the end of the interview, if they ask you to ask any questions, do not say, I do not have any questions. Be prepared with the questions that you might ask there. Once the interview is over, let's proceed to the bonus tips that I was supposed to give you. The first tip is that after the interview is over, try and give a thank you letter or a thank you note to the institution. If you do this, they might remember you for a longer period of time, and if they do not select you, they might recommend you to other institutions where there's vacancy. So the next thing that you could do is, once you are out of the interview room, you could take a note of all the questions that you could not answer, so that the next time when you're going for an interview, it will be of great help. So that's it for today's video. If you liked the tips, do hit the like button. Comment and tell us if they were of any help. Share it with the people who might be facing an interview very soon. And don't forget to subscribe to Teacherpreneur for more such videos. See you soon.